What's up, metalheads? My name's Jamie. This is the Blades and EDC channel. Thank you guys so much for being here. I really do appreciate it. If you're new, please consider subscribing. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. If you have any questions about any of these knives, comment below. Let me know. I'll be happy to answer any questions you have. And this video is going to be my favorite knives from 2022 that were between $100 and $200. And I think all of these came out in 2022. But some of them may have been late 2021, so I'm not 100% sure. I know most of them came out in 2022. And I got a couple honorable mentions. First honorable mention is the Spyderco Para 3. It's in that price range, and it's a fantastic knife. If you don't have a Spyderco Para 3 yet, you should own a Spyderco Para 3. They're just amazing knives. Great ergos, really fun action with compression lock, and you can do whatever you want to do with them. Make them your own. We have another honorable mention here. The bug out. Although I gotta say, this is in that price range. They raised the price on this one again, up to like $160 now for the basic bug out. Seems a little steep, but man, when you put some decent scales on a bug out, it feels like a much more premium knife. And depending on the scales, it will be more premium, depending on what they cost. But it's just getting a shout out because I love the bug out, and it deserves a shout out in that price range. Next up, this is not one of my favorites. This is another shout out, and this did come out in 2022. And this one is getting shouted out because it's made in the USA. It's going in the right direction for this company. They're definitely doing, this is pretty cool, and there's room for improvement, but we should shout them out for making it. This is the Case Marilla. This is an aluminum frame lock. Does have a lock bar insert. Not the biggest fan of this pocket clip. They definitely could do much better with that. I mean, look at those screws. Terrible. It's an easy fix they could do, though, If Case can keep, improving this design or making new designs like this that are better and making them in the USA for this price range, which I think this was like $130, then Case could have a very bright future. This is definitely a step in the right direction to get, to get in. A lot of people collect Case knives, but they're collecting the old school Case knives, the slip joint Case knives. And this is very different from them, and I hope they keep doing stuff like this and improving on these kinds of designs. And I think they'll have a, a bright future with the those of us that collect the more modern knives. So. All right, now let's go jump into my favorites. And these aren't in any particular order, although the last two are my favorites, and I can't decide which one I like more, so I'll just show you both those at the end. But the rest of these, I like all of these a whole lot. So first up, the Vastid Bellamy. This one was about 110 if I remember correctly. It's micarta, steel liners, but M390 blade. It's a fidgeting monster with all the deployment options. You got the flipper, front flipper, and you've got the finger choil. And very cool knife. I think this was Vastid's first real release like this. They've released a lot of stuff since this knife, button locks and some other stuff. But this one's an amazing knife. I don't know if you can buy these anymore. You can find them on the secondary, I'm sure. But very cool knife. Love the way they did the micarta too. Very grippy micarta. Cool knife for that price range. And this is at the bottom of that price range of 100 to 200. Next up, this is my favorite slip joint of the year by far, and there's not even a close second. The Bestech Junzy. Such a cool little knife. Titanium with carbon fiber inlays. I believe it was M390. Or is it S35VN? I need my glasses. Got my glasses. Yeah, S35VN. Little different take on a slip joint. It's not as stout right here as other slip joints on that spring, which allows you, and it has thumb studs, it allows you to flip it open pretty easily, especially when you're not under a camera. But that's not my favorite thing about it. My favorite thing about it, well, two things. You have a pocket clip with a slip joint and this finger choil. Man, one thing about a slip joint is they can, the spring can let go and you can hurt yourself. But if you get your finger up here in this choil, you're kind of protected, You're going to feel it coming. You're going to be able to stop it. And it's a good looking knife in my opinion. Love the fact it has a titanium or a pocket clip at all, but it's a titanium pocket clip. Makes different sounds than a lot of slip joints. I'm gonna bring it up to the mic and let you hear them. Okay, here's the open, close. Yeah, very cool little knife. I think these were about $150, $160. Definitely my favorite slip joint that I've had in hand this year. Very thin, very cool little knife. Really like it. If you're somewhere else in Europe or somewhere and you can't have a locking knife, this is a great option for you. Great option. Fantastic knife. All right, next up, this is one of the newest ones out. And just haven't spent a whole lot of time with this knife yet, but I do like it. That is the Asher Spiro with the hole. Titanium frame lock, S35V and blade steel. Extremely good action, extremely good detent. Lightweight. I do have an overview coming to this. You'll see that after this video probably. But I think these were like $125, somewhere in that range. Which honestly, it's a steal. I think these are OEM by Kunwu also. Fantastic job. I love the black on this one and the stonewash finish on that titanium. Looks really good. The action's the star of the show though. I mean, fantastic detent. You can hear that detent on the break, on the open. You can hear it just make a popping sound. Yeah, very cool. Super thin and slicey blade. I mean, we're talking bug out thin here, probably in that 90 thousandths range. Yeah, for the money, excellent knife. Hard to even argue this, man. Titanium backspacer. I don't know if the pocket clip is titanium or not. I think it's steel, but I could be wrong about that. But that is the Asher Nomad. All right, next up. The Bestech Nixie Todd Knife and Tool design. These were around, I think, 180, somewhere in that range. I saw them. Reverse flicking action and front flipping action, and both are fantastic. I love the blade shape. I love the futuristic look of the way they've done the lines and the machining on the titanium. It's a great looking knife. This is another one that's S35V and blade steel. Very different looking pocket clip, which works excellent. It doesn't look like a pocket clip that would work all that great with all these, you know, bends and curves and everything, but it works extremely well. The action, it's Bestech action, so you know, there's that. Yeah, I like all Todd Knife and Tools knives. All of them so far I've had in hand. Excellent ergos, lightweight for as big of a knife as it is. And I just think it looks amazing. I really love the way this knife looks. Looks so good. All right. Next up. All right, what do we do here? Oh, this is one I think may have came out last year, but I can't confirm that. The Mallory Designs Forest. These were originally $185. You can find these occasionally on the secondary if you look hard enough and just keep looking. You can find them. I don't even know who the OEM is, to be honest with you. I have no idea. It's M390, carbon fiber with titanium line. Actually, it's a steel liner, I think. Yeah, steel liner. Titanium clip. Just a really cool knife. Another one, very thin blade stock also. It's very slicey. Good looking knife. Excellent ergos. Yeah, really like the, really like this one. And there's a Forest 2 coming out sometime early 2023, which I'm excited to check out. But it's going to be a frame lock, I think. It's going to be a kind of different knife. So I wish they'd make more of these. Do some more different kinds of carbon fiber and stuff, and make more of the original Forest. I think would be a great idea. The next two, man, it's hard to pick a winner between these last two here. Extremely hard to pick a winner. Well. All right. The Bridgeport 395. Now, in my opinion, this is probably the knife of the year. But there's another knife that I just like more just because of, it'll make sense when you see it, I think. But this is probably the knife of the year for sure. Actually, it's not a probably about it. For the money, that you get this knife for, the action you get with it, the materials used to make it. 14C titanium, it does have steel liner, titanium pocket clip though. Excellent ergos, another thin and slicey blade. The action though, Kubi just nailed it on this knife. Kubi killed it with this knife. This is probably my favorite knife of the year as far as the value you're getting for what you're buying. It's hard to, of course, this Asher's right there with it, but I like this one better than the Asher. I'm a big fan of this knife, and yeah, I think there will be more of these sold in the near future. So I'd follow Bridgeport Knife Co. on Instagram to stay updated with future drops or pre-orders. But just an amazing knife. And for the money, I hope we see a lot more knives in this category in 2023 in that $125, $130 range that are titanium and 14C. Perfectly fine with me. I mean, this knife is so good. If you made that steel liner titanium and made that blade M390 or 20CV, this knife would have a $300 price tag. It's so good, so good. And if you haven't picked one up, keep an eye out. Get you one when you get a chance. Fantastic knife. That's the Bridgeport 395. All right. Many of you may have already figured out what my favorite is. The Demco AD20.5. And again, this may have came out last year. I can't remember. I got both of mine. I have two of these now. I got both of mine this year. I just love this freaking shark lock. I think this came out last year. They were sold out for a long time. And then like a few months into the year, they finally started to get them back in stock, and everybody else started to get their hands on them. At least that's what I'm remembering. But you can get these in OS 10A, like that one, or you can get them in 3V. They will run you about $150 for the OS 10, maybe a little more for the 3V. And you can get endless different things to customize them and make them your own, which is an awesome thing. But I just love this lock. I've fallen in love with it. I'm having a hard time picking this or a compression lock as my favorite now. I really hope that Demco releases some more knives that use this lock. Yeah, some new designs of some sort. And yeah, it's pretty awesome knife. Love this. If you haven't got one of these and tried one of these out yet, I highly recommend you do. Very fun knife to carry, to play with, and to customize. So, all right, guys, I think that is going to wrap it up. We will sit our honorable mentions out here also. And those are my favorite knives in that $100 to $200 price range from 2022. And I think most of these actually came out in 2022. There may be a couple that were into 2021, but yeah, I think that's going to do it. There's one more, but I got it so late in the year. The Feist XL, the premium version, I got it so late in the year that I can't really count it yet. I haven't spent enough time with it. Maybe it will be one of my favorites at the end of 2023. We will see. Thank you guys so much for watching. What was your favorite knife in that price range this year that you got? Which one was your favorite? And comment below and let me know. I'll see you guys on the next one.